Navy Supply Corps. It's your experience. Hey, welcome back to this fourth in the series of the It's Your Career playbooks. Today we're going through It's Your Experience, and it is actually the oldest in the bunch. It was updated in 2011, and I think that was the first edition of it. So basically, we're going to discuss a few generalities about your experience in the Navy Supply Corps and the different opportunities that exist for you to go and work at and experience. Then we're going to talk about the communities of interest and discuss joint, and then have a notional Supply Corps career progression talk. And then lastly, as a Supply Corps officer, personal career plan. So let's get into it. Purpose. The purpose of this playbook is to assist you in understanding the many professional experiences that are available to Supply Corps officers. Refer to It's Your Career playbook and the other playbooks to help build your career in the Supply Corps. Ready for sea. Solid performance at sea and in operational billets is the foundation for a successful Supply Corps career. The foundation starts with your first operational tour upon graduation from the Basic Qualification Course, BQC, at Navy Supply Corps School in Newport. Our junior officer community within the Supply Corps is as operational as the unrestricted line, URL, and 1 in 3 of all Supply Corps billets are considered operational. Traditionally, 2C or operational tours are completed prior to screening for Lieutenant Commander, the 04 pay grade. A solid career plan should include at least one operational department head tour. In many cases, officers are afforded the opportunity to complete 3 at-sea or operational tours prior to screening for commander. The final opportunity to serve at sea is as a senior commander. Selection to these assignments requires selection by the Commander Sea Board, held annually in the summer. Officers selected for Commander Sea duty earn the 937 Additional Qualification Designator, AQD, upon selection. Upon completion of the assignment, officers earn the 935 AQD. A snapshot of Junior Supply Corps operational billets is shown in Figure 1 at the top of page 3. Over time, the number of billets available will change with the commissioning and decommissioning of ships and units. The ability to fill these operational assignments is a driving factor in the number of Supply Corps officers we bring into the community each year. And you can click on the hyperlinks for more information on U.S. Navy ships, as well as platform information is obtained in a U.S. Navy fact file. So whether or not these links still work, I don't know, but Google it. And then they've got links for Supply Corps Warfare qualification instructions as well. And none of them work, so don't worry about trying to go to those links. I'm pretty sure this playbook is being updated in the very near future, and once it is, we'll get another one recorded for you. Flag Aide and Executive Billets at the top of page 4. There are approximately a dozen billets for junior officers that are nominative in nature. Many of these jobs are aides to Supply Corps flag officers and are approximately 1 year in length. Serving as a flag aide is an excellent initial opportunity to experience executive and strategic level decision making based on exposure to many aspects of the Navy and Department of Defense environment. Other nominative billets include serving on staffs at Camp David, the Secretary of Defense, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the U.S. Naval Academy. Some of these assignments have tour lengths up to 36 months in duration. General eligibility requirements include recommendation from a senior Supply Corps officer, a list of references with contact info, a professional biography, an up-to-date record, see It's Your Record playbook for that, personal contact info to include phone numbers and email, and top-secret security clearance is required for some billets. Interested officers should contact the Lieutenant Shore Detailer. Navy Supply Corps School Instructor. One of the greatest opportunities to help lead the future of our community is by serving as an instructor at the Navy Supply Corps School in Newport, Rhode Island. Not only do officers serve as instructors in the Basic Qualification Course, but have the opportunity to instruct hazardous materials management, international, and other supply and logistics specific courses to both military and civil servants. Officers completing a tour at NSCS and qualify as a Master Training Specialist, MTS, earn the 949 Additional Qualification Designator, AQD. Officers interested in competitive selection to NSCS instructor duty should contact the Lieutenant Shore Detailer. Requirements for Supply Corps School Instructor selection include endorsement by current commanding officer, receive Supply Corps 05 or above recommendation, and submit application package to the academic director, Naval Supply Corps School. Internships. Each spring and fall, the Supply Corps Internship Selection Board selects approximately 40 officers to participate in the internship program. There are over 75 internship billets spread across the various systems commands, type commanders, and joint activities. Internships provide an excellent opportunity to experience one of our community's lines of operation early in a career. A description of the various internship programs is dispersed throughout this document. General requirements for the internship program include cover letter, commanding officer endorsement, warfare qualified by the start of the internship, fitness reports, and lastly, undergraduate degree transcript. Officers interested in selection to Navy Supply Corps internship should contact the internship coordinator. Officers who complete an internship incur a one-tour payback. Overseas billets. Traditionally, officers should plan to complete at least one overseas tour in a career. These types of tours are professionally and personally enriching and are offered at many points throughout a career. Approximately 13% of all Supply Corps billets are overseas ashore and afloat. Europe, Bahrain, and Hawaii have the highest concentration of Supply Corps officer billets, but opportunities exist worldwide in every Supply Corps line of operation. Factors to consider in any career progression are accompanied versus unaccompanied tours and the impact of tour lengths and locations. And a quick side note, I served in both Bahrain, Hawaii, and Guam. And if you got interest in any of those locations, feel free to reach out. Next, we'll move into communities of interest at the top of page 6. First, acquisition contracting. Acquisition is one of the Supply Corps' leading core competencies, and contracting is one of the functional disciplines which acquisition encompasses. Other acquisition functional disciplines in which supply officers participate include business and financial management and logistics or supply chain management. Contracting is representative in every facet of support that Supply Corps officers provide to the Navy to keep ships, aircraft, and personnel ready to execute the 3 focus areas included in our maritime strategy: build the future force, maintain readiness, and develop and support personnel. The role of contracts in the Supply Corps is to provide the means or path for every supply officer to ensure that warfighter requirements and support are met. In its purest form, it is the development of an agreement between one or more commercial or governmental parties to provide services, material, or information to one or more persons or groups in the Navy. Even when a Supply Corps officer is not directly involved in the development of a contract or agreement, they are either using the product of a contract or agreement to meet mission requirements. Most Supply Corps officers will have their first experience with contracts upon entering the fleet. The essential services and support provided to ships, examples given, tugboats, pilots, pierside berthing, hotel services, and food, are sometimes provided in part or in some ports totally by a husband and services contractor. Though a shipboard Supply Corps officer did not have input into or direct action developing and awarding the contract, they must understand how it works in order to acquire support for the ship at the right time, in the right quantity, at the right cost. A junior officer's exposure to contracts will extend throughout their career regardless of the subspecialty they choose. For those seeking to become experts in contracting, a clearly defined series of milestones are fundamental to achieving required Defense Acquisition Workforce Improvement Act (DAWIA) certification. Ensigns 3 lieutenants should seek DAWIA Contracting Level 2 certification when possible. See the EDACM site for latest requirements for DAWIA level requirements. Each DAWIA level requires a combination of classroom training and time on the job. Most acquisition critical jobs, those requiring an experienced contracting officer, will require a Level 2 certification at Lieutenant Commander and above. At this point, officers should consider becoming part of the Acquisition Corps. Commanders and captains should consider DAWIA Contracting Level 3 certification and membership in the National Contract Management Association, NCMA. Most of these jobs require multiple 1306 subspecialty tours and or contracting education where they have earned the 1306P from Naval Postgraduate School, Monterey, California. A Supply Corps officer's contracting experience can occur in a variety of mission-driven areas, including at NAVSUP Fleet Logistics Center, FLC, which largely manages pierside support, and a contingency contracting settling in support of a joint task force managing a combat or humanitarian relief operation. At Naval Weapons System Support, negotiating performance-based logistics and other critical inventory and sustainment contracts. Or at a Hardware Systems Command, where contracts are negotiated for ships, aircraft, and other vital weapon systems and equipment. Some leading examples of contracting assignments include NASUP FLC Code 200, which is largely focused on local peer-side requirements. These requirements are often urgent and have high priority. Systems commands such as NAVAIR, NAVC, NAVSUP, negotiator, or pre-commissioning officer. Contracting personnel perform a variety of essential functions ranging from the development of an acquisition strategy document through contract solicitation, negotiation, and award for platforms. Defense Contract Management Agency, DCMA. DCMA contracting personnel perform a myriad of critical functions to ensure the proper administration of a contract, as well as support timely and accurate payment to the supplier. Defense Logistics Agency, DLA. Similar to the NAVSUP WSS, Defense Logistics Agency contracting personnel support the acquisition of supplies to ensure proper sustainment of critical weapon systems used by the warfighters. Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Research, Development, and Acquisition. That's ASNRDA. ASNRDA contracting personnel provide essential oversight across the department to ensure goods and services are procured prudently and in compliance with governing authorities. Officers in these billets have an opportunity to earn the 1306S, 1306Q, or 1306R subspecialty based on experience. Additionally, officers assigned to global support assignments or individual augmentee assignments that support tactical operational requirements, often including a wide range of goods and services, may earn the 918 or 919 AQD. Navy Acquisition and Contracting Internships, that's NACO or DNACO. For some, the training begins as a Navy Acquisition Contracting Officer intern following their initial sea duty. A NACO internship or Defense NACO allows a junior officer to work in support of an experienced contracting expert who trains the officer on the fundamentals of the discipline. Additionally, NACO interns undergo a series of training classes, usually provided by the Defense Acquisition University and earning DOEA Contracting Level 2 certification. Other officers gain essential contracts training while attending the Naval Postgraduate School. In either case, the officer eventually progresses through a series of contracting-related positions, including negotiator, later becoming a procurement contracting officer, PCO, with authority to award contracts on behalf of the government, and ultimately serves in a management role responsible for ensuring a team of contracting personnel work effectively to meet mission requirements. And they list some references at the bottom of page 8 into page 9 for Director Acquisition and Career Management, Defense Acquisition University, the National Contract Management Association, the Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Research, Development, and Acquisition, and then other online references such as Federal Acquisition Regulation, Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement, and the Navy Marine Corps Acquisition Regulations Supplement. Next up is Business and Financial Management, BFM. As the Navy's business and financial managers, Supply Corps officers play a fundamental role in the optimal allocation of human, physical, and financial resources to achieve Navy goals and objectives. Financial management positions are defined as designated military billets with financial management duties. Financial management encompasses both appropriated and working capital funds. Within the broad spectrum of financial management, FM, there are three interrelated disciplines or subfunctional areas, those being 1. Comptroller, 2. Financial management, and lastly, business and financial management. Comptrollers maintain cognizance over all financial planning, programming, budgeting, accounting, allocation, control, and execution of resources and funds for DoD organizations. Financial management functions comprise those activities which support comptroller functions, including budget formulation, funds management, and funds execution in accordance with established policies and regulation governing operation. Business and financial management. Assignment as a key business advisor to a Navy program manager, which has responsibilities for acquisition strategy, contract planning, cost analysis, and financial management. The financial management community within the Supply Corps is concerned primarily with those officers assigned the 3111 subspecialty code and, to a lesser degree, those with the 3110 Business and Financial Management subspecialty code, usually earned at the Naval Postgraduate School. The 3111 subspecialty code for financial management requires either formal qualification through instruction or properly documented on-the-job training. AQDs NR1 or NR2, that's November Romeo 1 or November Romeo 2, are available for certification as a Certified Defense Financial Manager, CDFM, Certified Defense Financial Manager, by the American Society of Military Comptrollers. And they list a couple of links here if you have interest for the American Society of Military Comptrollers, the Defense Acquisition University Business Financial Management Program, Department of Defense Financial Management Online, which requires a CAC for access, the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense Comptroller, And lastly, Naval Postgraduate School Financial Management Curriculum. The business and financial management internships. There are increasing importance assigned to weapons systems acquisition led to the establishment of the Business and Financial Manager Career Development Program. It was established to provide an expanded population of Supply Corps commanders and lieutenant commanders for future project management assignments. In 1983, the Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Installations and Logistics and the Commander, Naval Supply Systems Command, agreed on the desirability of placing Supply Corps officers into certain major projects in a business financial management trainee status. As a junior officer, internships at NAVSUP or one of the systems commands is a good way to gain early exposure to BFM. Internships offer the opportunity to begin working toward DWIA certification. Officers completing the BFM internship program are assigned the 3111 Sierra subspecialty code and an AQD of Alpha Kilo 1, signifying DWIA Level 1 certification in the business financial management career field and position well for later entry into the Acquisition Corps. Other billets include naval reactors and NAVSUP Echelon 3 command positions. Beginning with Lieutenant Commander, examples of the type of billets officers may work in are the Staff of Program Executive Offices, PEO, or Budget Submitting Offices, BSO. Commander jobs include Type Commander, TICOM, Comptroller, Program Executive Office, PEO, and OPNAV. Captain billets include Comptroller jobs at major commands and BSOs, as well as Chief of Staff to Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Research, Development, and Acquisition. Supply Chain Management, SCM. Supply chain management is a complex and dynamic management system comprised of activities including product development, sourcing, manufacturing, and logistics, as well as information and financial systems needed to coordinate them. As a primary community of interest for the United States Navy Supply Corps, the goal of supply chain management is simple. Provide the warfighter with the material necessary to meet combat and peacetime objectives in the most effective and efficient manner possible. By understanding our roles and opportunities as supply chain management Supply Corps officers, we are better able to focus on what we provide to the warfighter and the efforts needed to provide those mission-critical elements. Through various roles, Supply Corps officers support naval and joint logistics, often in partnership with other services and commercial industry partners across a spectrum of the 1301 and 1302 coded billets. At the junior officer level, Supply Chain Management Supply Corps officers develop a basic understanding of supply chain management concepts, such as wholesale and retail inventory management, through roles as Integrated Logistics Support, Inventory Manager, Warehouse Ops Officer, and Cargo Handling Officer. The Navy Postgraduate School, NPS, offers a master's degree, 1302 PAPA subspecialty, in supply chain management to those officers who apply and meet the 345 APC requirements for the program. And recall, APC is the Academic Profile Code. Through a series of courses focused in economics, operations management, modeling, and decision-making, inventory management, integrated logistics support, and logistics strategic planning, students are prepared to take on more of the challenging and demanding supply chain management billets within the lifecycle logistics management field. Upon graduation, supply chain management lieutenant commanders will be able to serve in supply chain management roles such as DLA Land and Maritime Cell Team Leader or NAVSUP Weapons System Support Integrated Weapons Support Team, IWIST, Head, where they can earn Defense Acquisition Workforce Improvement Act Level 2 Lifecycle Logistics certification through web and classroom-based courses with the Defense Acquisition University. Combining a DAU Level 2 certification, a minimum level of business education, undergraduate or NPS master's degree, and acquisition training, and having at least 4 years of acquisition experience, and 1 year can be credited for education, makes a supply chain management officer eligible for acceptance into the Acquisition Corps, formerly the Acquisition Professional Community. Acquisition Corps designation places an individual among an elite group of expert acquisition professionals who can fill specific critical acquisition professional billets, otherwise known as CAP billets, at the senior officer level and have earned an AQD of Alpha, Papa, Mike, APM. Subsequent tours in supply chain management career path allow senior officers to serve in roles such as NAVSUP Weapons System Support Operations Director, Fleet Logistics Center Executive Officer, or Defense Logistics Agency Land and Maritime, Director of Joint Aerospace Weapons Systems, which provide an increase in breadth and scope of responsibilities. Billets at this stage of a Supply Corps officer's career involve material requirements projection, allowance determination building and sustainment, redistribution, repair, disposal, and whole systems inventory management, as they relate to supporting operational and strategic missions. Additionally, Supply Corps officers will be required to understand supply chain management as it relates not only to the Department of the Navy, but how supply chain management affects warfighter requirements in the global joint arena. And just FYI, I am a supply chain management and logistics subject matter expert. That's what I did the majority of my career with an information systems spin on it, combined with operational planning. So if any of that interests you, happy to have a discussion. Top of page 13, Integrated Logistics Support, ILS internships. Supply Corps ILS internship billets provide an opportunity to learn supply chain management integrated with other aspects of logistics through classroom and on-the-job training. Internships provide the opportunity to learn supply chain management and earn a 1302 Sierra or 3121 Sierra subspecialty code. Caveat, I've got both of those. In addition to DWIA Level 2 Lifecycle Logistics certification while performing in the vital job. Promotion to the rank of Lieutenant Commander affords Supply Chain Management Supply Corps officers the opportunity to earn a master's degree in Supply Chain Management, serve in more demanding Supply Chain Management billets, and achieve entry into the Acquisition Corps, which I'm a member of that as well, or I was. Training with Industry. Training with Industry, TWI, is a 12-month fellowship that provides Supply Corps lieutenants or junior lieutenant commanders with the opportunity to expand their professional supply chain and logistics education through exposure to executive-level decision-making at a Fortune 500 company. Officers selected for this highly visible assignment provide monthly updates and receive an observed fitness report from the Chief of Supply Corps. Upon completion of the TWI tour, officers can expect to be selectively detailed to a follow-on tour and an assignment that utilizes skills gained. Examples of assignments include jobs at Defense Logistics Agency, Aviation, and Navy and NAVSUP Weapon System Support. Candidate eligibility requirements for lieutenants and junior lieutenant commanders include the completion of a master's degree and 2 operational tours before the June of the year the program begins. Candidates must also complete a minimum of 12 months at his or her current command and must be within 18 months of planned rotation date, exception officers on 12-month orders. Additional guidance is provided annually, and a flag level selection board will select TWI participants. More information is found in NAVSUP Instruction 1520.7, Training with Industry TWI program. A career in supply chain management allows a Supply Corps officer to manage varying material and logistics requirements across multiple business and combat disciplines. To learn more about supply chain management and its application, visit the following websites: Defense Acquisition University, DWIA certification requirements, Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals, Supply Chain Council, Acquisition Corps, PERS 447 website. And I would also recommend you visit the Association for Supply Chain Management, formerly known as APIX. Page 14, Operational Logistics. Naval Special Warfare. Naval Special Warfare, NSW, is the Navy component of U.S. Special Operations Command, U.S. SOCOM, and is, therefore, not a traditional naval entity. The U.S. SOCOM is a joint organization whose mission is to provide fully capable special operations forces to defend the United States and its interests, as well as to synchronize the planning of global operations against terrorist networks. There are several joint tour opportunities for Supply Corps Lieutenant Commanders and Commanders at SOCOM within the J4 Logistics Directorate. And they give a nice graphic which breaks out U.S. SOCOM and its components on page 14. Naval Special Warfare Command, NSWC, is the Echelon 2 within NSW and reports directly to SOCOM. Naval Special Warfare Command's mission is to organize, train, man, equip, educate, sustain, maintain combat readiness, and deploy Naval Special Warfare focus forces to accomplish special operations missions worldwide. NSW forces operate independently or in conjunction with other SOF, allied units, and coalition forces. The NSWC N4 is a Supply Corps captain who serves as the Assistant Chief of Staff for Logistics, Engineering, Maintenance, and Combat Systems for the NSWC Commander and is the Senior Naval Special Warfare Logistician. The N4's mission is to provide logistics and engineering policies and plans in support of naval special warfare, current combat operations, and future threats. In addition to the captain billet on the NSWC staff, there are 4 other Supply Corps officer billets under the N41, Logistics Plans and Operations. The 4 Naval Special Warfare Groups, NSWGs, are the major commands that man, train, equip, and deploy components of SEAL teams, special boat teams, and SEAL delivery vehicle teams to become part of Naval Special Warfare Squadrons, NSWRONs, to meet the exercise, contingency, and wartime requirements of geographic combatant commanders, theater special operations commands, and numbered fleets located around the globe. There are 3 logistical support units, LOGSUs, under Naval Special Warfare Group 1, which is LOGSU 1, Naval Special Warfare Group 2, known as LOGSU 2, and Naval Special Warfare Group 3 has LOGSU 3. Again, logistical support units for each of the Naval Special Warfare groups, whose mission is to plan, coordinate, integrate, synchronize, and provide logistics support for its respective Naval Special Warfare Group and its subordinate units in order to direct support in order to directly support NSW operations and training in peace, crisis, and wartime at home and forward deployed. Log SUs execute both garrison support for SEAL teams in CONUS and expeditionary support for deployed NSW RONs. The deployed support is through the Combat Service Support Troop, CSST, that is manned, trained, and equipped by the Logistics Support Unit. The CSST is the main logistical element from the Log SU that attaches with a SEAL team during its inter-deployment training cycle and subsequent deployment. The SEAL team becomes a NSW RON by the end of its training cycle once its combat support and combat service support enablers are attached and ready to deploy downrange. The NSW RON N4 is an O3 Supply Corps officer who is assigned to the SEAL team by the Log SU commanding officer and is responsible for all the logistical sustainment of the NSW RON while deployed. There are 8 lieutenant operational billets divided between Log SU 1 and Log SU 2. Deployed logistical sustainment is delivered from both soft and conventional forces in theater and is typically executed in a joint environment. In 2011, Naval Special Warfare began staffing officers graduating from the BQC. These officers will serve as N4 Alpha during a deployment. There are 4 other operational lieutenant tours within Naval Special Warfare that are each assigned to one of the 4 Naval Special Warfare units, NSWU, strategically located around the world. NSWU-1 is in Guam, NSWU-3 is in Bahrain, and both NSWU-2 and NSWU-10 are in Germany. The NSWU's mission is to plan and execute operations and exercises in addition to advising the Theater Special Operations Commands and fleet staffs. The overall presence of the Supply Corps within Naval Special Warfare has grown exponentially over the years. As little as 10 years ago, there were only a handful of Supply Corps officers in Naval Special Warfare. With the addition of ensigns to the NSW, we'll be around 66 strong. Expeditionary logistics is gaining the notoriety it deserves within the Supply Corps, and Naval Special Warfare is an excellent community to serve, which offers upward career mobility. OPLOG, Naval Special Warfare Internships. Also within Naval Special Warfare are OPLOG intern billets assigned to the Log SUs. The billets are divided between Log SU 1 and Log SU 2. The interns have a robust curriculum, which includes completing the WEA Level 1 contracting certification, numerous U.S. Army and U.S. Marine Corps logistics courses, as well as attending basic parachute school at Fort Benning, Georgia to qualify basic parachutist. Other links of interest include United States Special Operations Command and Naval Special Warfare Community. Next section of OPLOG, Naval Expeditionary, a scalable force spanning the full range of military operations from theater security to major combat. Navy Expeditionary Combat Command, NECC forces are made up of sailors who are agile, rapidly deployable, self-sustainable, and adaptive to mission requirements. These forces are well suited for conducting hybrid warfare and are an essential part of the Navy team to deliver core capability through ships, submarines, aircraft, or our expeditionary forces. Working in the seams between the maritime and land component commanders, these forces stand ready. NECC is a core expeditionary force providing effective waterborne and ashore anti-terrorism, force protection, theater security cooperation and engagement, and humanitarian assistance, disaster relief contingencies. However, when called upon, they also become primary enablers for combat commanders to engage in a crisis or war effort. Expeditionary logistics is vital to the success of NECC forces. Expeditionary logistics is the science of planning and carrying out the movement and maintenance of an armed force organized to accomplish a specific objective anywhere in the world. In its most comprehensive sense, those aspects of military operations that deal with design and development, acquisition, storage, movement, distribution, maintenance, evacuation, and disposition of material, movement, evacuation, and hospitalization of personnel, acquisition or construction, maintenance, operation, and disposition of facilities, and finally, acquisition or furnishing of services. Navy Expeditionary Supply Corps officers provide combat support and combat service support missions to NECC forces across the spectrum of joint, combined, and multinational operations in the near coast, inshore, and riparian environments to include irregular warfare and other shaping missions that secure strategic access and global freedom of action. It is not uncommon for expeditionary supply officers to operate in austere environments with limited infrastructure and within complex logistics supply chains with a high degree of uncertainty or variability in demand and lead times. There are over 320 officers in 3100, 3105, and 3107 Supply Corps billets in the Navy dedicated to providing logistics support to NECC forces deployed or in garrison. 13% of these billets, ranging from ensign to commander, are operational and assigned to Naval Construction Force, Riverine Force, Maritime Expeditionary Security Force, Explosive Ordnance Disposal Force, and Navy Expeditionary Logistics Support Group. Supply officers assigned to the Naval Mobile Construction Battalion's NMCB unit can earn the CV Combat Warfare Specialist qualification, that's a 960 AQD, while supporting expeditionary forces. Additional qualification designators 918 or 919 may be awarded for Global War on Terrorism support assignments, GSA, and individual augmentees. The 928 or 929 AQD can be awarded for completion of one or more of these non-traditional operational tours. And I've got the 929 as well. If that's of interest to you, feel free to reach out. There's a link here at the bottom of page 17 to learn more about Navy Expeditionary Forces. I can't guarantee it works. Top of page 18, halfway there. Additionally, 26 training expeditionary logistics XLOG topics consisting of 37 hours of computer-based training is available on Navy Knowledge Online and is mandatory for all Supply Corps officers assigned to NECC and its subordinate commands. OPLOG, Operational Logistics, Planner. So I'm actually an OPLOG planner as well. Got that experience on Submarine Force Pacific Fleet staff. So if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out. The discipline of naval logistics planning is evolving to better meet the needs of the future force. By combining various types of duties and skills, officers are prepared for assignments of greater responsibility. Diversity in geographic location, warfare, and functional expertise provides officers with the skills to fulfill roles that benefit the Navy and their careers. Supply Corps officers should design career paths that build professional skills and functional expertise to develop them for senior logistics management responsibility. For the Supply Corps officer, training to become a planner is an opportunity to lay the groundwork for a growing cadre of planners that will engage in war planning, disaster response planning, and other contingency-type operations. Planners serve on combatant commander, CCDR staffs, Joint Task Force, JTF staffs, Maritime Operations Center, MOC, or MOC staffs, and can also serve on Logistics Task Force staff such as Commander Task Force 43, Commander Task Force 53, Commander Task Force 63, and Commander Task Force 73. Logistics planners build executable plans including operations plans, O plans, concept plans, CON plans, operations orders, OPORD, NXDs, concepts of logistics support, logistics sustainability analysis, LSAs, or real-world logistics support for field training exercises, FTX. The NAVSUP fleet logistics planners are positioned within each numbered fleet in 4 to provide logistics planning expertise while aligning NAVSUP enterprise capabilities to fleet requirements. The planner skill set is not unique to the Supply Corps, and formal education experience is tracked with an AQD. And I'd like to hone in on that. So I got my main operational logistics planner experience from a naval aviator on the Submarine Force staff. So it was an awesome time. I highly encourage that experience if you can get it. Continuing on, in order to earn the JP1 AQD, planners must attend Maritime Advanced Warfighting School, MAWS, or any other service planner schools. The U.S. Army's Advanced Military Studies Program, AMSP, the United States Marine Corps School of Advanced Warfighting, SAW, the U.S. Air Force's School of Advanced Air and Space Studies, SAASS, or the Joint Advanced Warfighting School, JAWS. Upon completion of a planner tour with an already earned JP1 additional qualification designator, they receive the JP3 AQD. Otherwise, a JP2 AQD is awarded for the experience as a planner. OPLOG PLN Planner Internships. The NAVSUP Operational Logistics Planner Internship Program is designed to develop and sustain planners within the Supply Corps community to support the Navy and Joint Commanders. Interns take 480 hours of formal classroom training, conduct site visits at Geographic Combatant Commanders, and participate in exercise planning at the NAVSUP Logistics Operations Center, formerly NOLSC, NOLSC, in support of the Commander Naval Installations Command, CNIC, All Hazards Plan, AHP exercise events, in addition to supporting global fleet requirements. Key benefits of this effort are multiple. A planning internship yields further exposure to diverse planning capabilities. While the primary responsibility for many interns is planning and writing logistics support plans, some interns also provide direct support during fleet exercises for expeditionary missions and real-world fleet or joint operations that traditional supply officers do not perform at the tactical level. Operational logistics planner interns are board-selected individuals. Each selected intern will have the chance to earn the Operational Planner JP2 AQD upon completion of the internship, which provides interns multiple opportunities to plan at the operational level of war and at the Joint Combatant Commander level. Increasing the number of quality Supply Corps planners helps build the operational level experience required now and in the future within the Supply Corps community, operational staffs, the Navy, and the Department of Defense. The benefit fleet planner interns provide is twofold. the resulting standardization of core logistics planner training, and the experience of sharing best practices among the fleets. For more information, visit the Supply Corps Officers Library on NKO. The NAVSUP Logistics Operations Center in Norfolk is the center of excellence for planning within the Supply Corps community. Please visit the link to learn more about NAVSUP fleet planners and operational logistics planner interns. There's a link to read a 2010 article in the NAVSUP newsletter on the Naval Operational Logistics Support Center, now NAVSUP Logistics Operations Center, Planner Initiative. It's on page 14 of that. Point of contacts for both NAVSUP fleet planners and operational logistics planner interns can be found by contacting the NAVSUP Logistics Operations Center. And there's an email and phone number at the bottom of page 19. Area code 757-443-5250, if that works. Top of page 20, Petroleum Management, Fuels. Located at the Defense Logistics Agency McNamara Headquarters Complex at Fort Belvoir, Virginia, NAVSUP Energy traces its history back to August 1952 with the establishment of the U.S. Navy Fuel Supply Office. The U.S. Navy Fuel Supply Office was created to be the Navy's service control point for petroleum, oils, and lubricants in order to provide service-specific requirements to the Armed Services Petroleum Purchasing Agency, which is today's Defense Logistics Agency Energy, otherwise known as DLA Energy. Prior to October 2010, NAVSUP Energy was part of the Naval Operational Logistics Support Center, now NAVSUP Logistics Operations Center, in Norfolk, Virginia, performing the similar role as it had in its earlier days, as the naval advocate to DLA Energy for both the Navy and Marine Corps fuel activities. In October 2010, NAVSUP Energy migrated under Commander Fleet and Industrial Supply Centers, now Commander NAVSUP Global Logistics Support, NAVSUP GLS, headquartered in San Diego, California, and formalized its role as a petroleum product and service champion for NAVSUP GLS S Code 70. And quick caveat, NAVSUP GLS actually went away a few years ago, so it no longer exists. It was folded up within NAVSUP in Mechanicsburg. With the transfer of all Commander Naval Installation Command's air station fueling operations under NAVSUP, also in October 2010, the alignment of all Navy Bulk Class 3 operations under one CLAMC was complete. NAVSUP Energy's operational and fuels advocacy role expanded to all naval fuel facilities, both bulk and retail, and a regional fuels construct was created to bring this last class of supply under the operational and managerial control of the regional fleet logistics centers. The Navy fuels officer skill set and expertise extends beyond the aviation fuel truck and varies from the management and operations of deep water fuel terminals and air station flatline fueling operations to fuels planning on a fleet or COCOM staff. The Joint Warfighter is your ultimate customer, and your fuel operation has direct contribution to the successful completion of any mission. As a fuelie, not only will you join an exclusive community of officers within the Supply Corps, you will also join a community of highly trained and regarded government and oil industry civilians who are fuels experts within their respective fields. Together, you form a community which dedicates itself to providing the highest quality petroleum products to naval, joint, and multinational forces on a daily basis. At the end of the day, job satisfaction and job fulfillment will not be idealistic or foreign ideas to you. They will be realities. There are two paths to gaining the training and experience required to be qualified as a Navy fuels logistician: the Fuels Internship through the Supply Corps Internship Program and the 811 Postgraduate Education Program at the University of Kansas. Each of these avenues offers you very exceptional and exciting experiences and allows for the requisite skill set to manage this very unique commodity. As a fuels intern, you will work alongside some of the best in the oil industry and learn the full spectrum of fuels operations. Some examples of things to which you will gain exposure are fuel sampling and testing, pipeline and fuel tank repair planning, also known as Sustainment, Restoration, and Modernization, SRM, MILCON project programming and execution, continuous process improvement, CPI initiatives for streamlining operations, planning fuel requirements, compliance inspections, contract management, and much more. There is also the opportunity for you to travel to other locations within CONUS or OCONUS to view operations on site at a Defense Fuel Support Point, DFSP, or air station. Currently, there are 8 billets available for a fuels intern. 6 of the billets are co-located with the DFSPs at one of NAVSUP's 7 fleet logistics centers. The other 2 are with NAVSUP Energy. Once you have successfully completed all the requirements of the fuels internship, you will have completed AWIA Life Cycle Logistics Level 1 and Level 2, earning you an additional AQD for Acquisition Logistics Non-Critical, ALN, and you will be assigned a subspecialty code in Operational Logistics, 3212 Sierra, and in Petroleum Management, 1307 Sierra. You will also be well positioned for entry into the Acquisition Corps. Billets that an intern can be considered for or expected to fill immediately coming out of the internship include 5 overseas billets coded with 1307 Sierra subspecialty code. You'll be primarily considered for one of these billets based on their availability at the time of your rotation. The current locations include NAS Rota, Spain, NAS Sigonella, Italy, NSA Suda Bay, Greece, NSF Diego Garcia, and Comlog Westpac, Singapore. In addition to these locations, there are other possibilities to fill a role as a planner or fuels officer at one of the 6 fleet commands. As an 811 postgraduate program selectee, you will attend the University of Kansas for 2 years, and you will earn a Master of Business Administration degree with a concentration in petroleum management and be assigned the postgraduate subspecialty code for petroleum management 1307 PAPA. Like the field interns, you'll work alongside some of the best in the oil industry and oversee a majority of the spectrum that is fuel operations. Coming out of the 811 program, you will be detailed as a fuels director at one of DFSP's co-located with one of the NAVSUP's 7 fleet logistics centers in Norfolk, Jacksonville, San Diego, Puget Sound, Pearl Harbor, Yokosuka, or Sigonella, or be assigned as a fuel planner on a major fleet staff or COCOM. Becoming a Navy fuels officer is a very challenging yet rewarding and fulfilling experience. You will build camaraderie with other fuelies and have the satisfaction of knowing that success in your duties directly contributes to the successful completion of any mission. Today, NAVSUP Energy continues to excel in its role as the Navy's service control point, providing stewardship, assistance, and technical expertise to ensure bulk petroleum distribution systems, operations, and requirements and quality meet the high standards from those we serve. OPLOG Petroleum Internships are billets assigned activities to include United States Pacific Command, Hawaii, PACOM, NAVSUP Energy, NAVSUP FLC Norfolk, NAVSUP FLC Jacksonville, NAVSUP FLC Puget Sound, NAVSUP FLC San Diego, NAVSUP FLC Yokosuka, and NAVSUP FLC Pearl Harbor. During the training period, the officers will obtain experience in a wide variety of petroleum management functions. These developmental assignments provide a broad range of experience in areas such as fuels operations, quality assurance, maintenance management, fuel automation systems, and dispatching and scheduling. On-the-job development is supplemented by numerous training courses. Upon completion of training, officers have gained a significant level of experience in petroleum management and operational logistics. Officers completing the OPLOG POL program are assigned the 1307 Sierra Petroleum and 3212 Sierra Operational Logistics subspecialties codes, as well as AQDs associated with ALN coded billets, signifying a non-critical certification in acquisition logistics career field. And the last section is operations research, analysis, and assessment. And we are going to stop the podcast here because I'm out of time. So we'll pick this up in session 2 on this particular playbook. And we have ended page 22. We'll start at page 23 on operations research, analysis, and assessment, known as OR. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you on the next show.